Hi, my name is Lavinesh and my metric number is 156766. I will be presenting the introduction. Global Business Services or GBS is essentially a type of service that is provided by a service provider or a company to their clients or customers to satisfy their needs. Typically, the customers of GBS services are third-party business organizations. GBS provides end-to-end services and caters globally. During the pandemic, businesses were not able to operate physically. Therefore, businesses were seeking help from GBS to assist them in conducting their daily operations. In Malaysia, GBS is one of the many main businesses that contribute to the country's economy. Approximately more than 600 GBS-based businesses are operating in Malaysia with around 250,000 employees. Next, we will be looking about Intel. Intel, also known as Intel Corporation, is a well-known company in the world which specializes in making semiconductor computer circuits. The American semiconductor company was established in July of 1968 by Robert Noyce and Gordon Moore. Intel provides its goods and services to many technology companies in the world, such as Acer, Dell, HP, and more. In Malaysia, the first Intel Microelectronics M. Sendirian Berhad was built in 1972. The first establishment of Intel Malaysia is located in Penang. Currently, Intel Malaysia is one of the most valuable branches of Intel Corporation outside the US, since it is the biggest and it is known for its diversity.
Next, I will presenting about literature review. Literature review about key consideration to be taken during the negotiations. First, key consideration of trust. Building mutual trust is a goal shared by all society when you do a negotiations. And next, key consideration of excellent relationships. Excellent relationship between buyers and suppliers are essential for long-term successful business when you do a negotiations. Next is the key consideration of quality. The product quality is the most crucial key to be taken into account when you do a negotiations. Next is the communications. We contend that regular and transparent communication between the major players in the negotiation process will help the target and acquiring firms better understand the negotiation process. And next is the effective planning and preparations. Effective planning and preparation are the most important factors in reaching the negotiation objective that a negotiator needs to attend to before actually sitting down to negotiate. Next, the potential benefit and risks associated with this merge and acquisition activity. Potential benefit through merge and acquisition activity are generating synergies and efficiencies from the consideration of two or more companies, which will not establish if the two companies operate separately. Merge and acquisition can increase a company profitability through the cost saving, financial resources, reorganization, and economy of scale. But there could be a significant financial risk as a result of this merge and acquisition related to uncertainties. And a cultural mismatch between the merging entities is sometimes blamed for merge and acquisition failure to achieve it.
When a company engages in a acquisition or merger, it is essential to establish short-term and long-term goals to track progress post-transaction. For setting short-term goals, we can select metrics directly related to measuring the success of the acquisition. For instance, observing whether there is an improvement financial performance, a reduction in costs in certain areas, and an increase in market share. Additionally, evaluating employee retention and satisfaction can improve insights into the internal impact of the merger. Regarding to long-term goal setting, we categorize it into three scenarios: the best case scenario, the typical scenario, and the unfavorable scenario. In the best case scenario, the acquisition is highly successful, leading to sustainable growth, achieve all desired outcomes, and positioning the company as an industrial benchmark. In the typical scenario, there is moderate financial growth and an improvement market position, but the challenges persist in further expansion and technological innovation, requiring ongoing efforts in employee and customer satisfaction. In the unfavorable scenario, the company faces numerous challenges post-acquisition, experiencing a slowdown in financial growth compared to the typical scenario, and limitations in market share. In such case, A strategic reassessment is necessary to redirect the company's future development. Regarding our research methodology, we adopt a combination of interviews and secondary data collection. We plan to conduct in-depth interviews with senior management and merger and acquisition professionals at Intel to obtain comprehensive information. Additionally, we will leverage online sources to gather secondary data, such as case studies and scholarly articles or merger and acquisition transactions by the by other companies, enhancing the completeness and accuracy of our article. For instance, factors to consider before an acquisition and criteria to measure the success of an acquisition are derived from secondary data. Furthermore, insights into long-term goal settings come from collaborating with professionals in the field, such as those affiliated with Intel, resulting in the classification of three distinct scenarios.
Hi, my name is Auni Shaira with metric number 159279. We had an interview session with Intel representative for findings part. Based on the first question, Intel evaluates acquisition candidates for alignment with long-term goals considering factors like expertise, synergies, and potential profitability. The focus is on strategic alignment for sustained financial success. Moving on. After acquisition, Intel prioritized effective communication through leadership meetings, proactive addressing of concerns, and strategic transition. They ensure mutual understanding by openly discussing strategies and goals, emphasizing regular communication, and safeguarding job security for acquired staff. This approach fosters trust and a seamless integration process.
Hi, my name is Nur Amira binti Raisuddin. My metric number is 155975. Question 3. Based on the interview, Intel does not focus on maintaining the organizational culture because they will give some time to the newcomers to adjust themselves first with the culture without forcing them to accept the current environment. If they find out that it is difficult for them to integrate, Intel will always encourage the employee and be transparent with them that makes them comfortable on their way. Intel also encourages the employee to speak out if feeling uncomfortable, so they will figure out some ways to mitigate the culture shock. In Intel, the integration of culture among the new employee is not a big deal because the Intel team tends to help the newcomers to adapt with the Intel culture. Question 4. If the employee is new in the company, it will not straightforwardly generate the profit to the company because the new employee still doesn't know the process and the activity of the company. It will take some time for the new employee to adapt with the culture first so that they can apply the talent that they obtained with the previous job and utilize it to also generate the profit. And some take about 3 to 5 years to generate the profit and bring success to the company. That is the answer by the interviewer in Intel. Question 5 answer based on the interview is Intel does not focus on the new technology on M&A process, but they are more focusing the strategy on how to acquire the technology for the long term. Intel will look out for an investment if they are required to use the new technology. They will acquire other companies that give them benefits in the future, for example, 10 years later. So by doing investment with the company that has that kind of technology with benefit both and can achieve the target. Intel will provide an assessment on M&A first before choosing the company to invest.
Next, in developing their short-term financial strategy post-acquisition, Intel meticulously assess integration costs, optimizing working capital, evaluate debt structures, and swiftly implement synergies for immediate financial gains. Additionally, a robust backup plan addresses unforeseen challenges, ensuring effective financial management during the transition.
Hi and good day, I'm Faiza. We continue in discussion part. So from the topic assigned, there are some points provided by Intel representative which can be highlighted in this discussion. First of all, based on the first objective, we have summarized 3 points which are effective planning in deciding MA and ensuring there is alignment strategy between both companies. And the second key should be effective communication through the pre- and post-merger and acquisition integration. This step influencing the MA performance which are able to mitigate ambiguity and the risk of jobs insecurity, mistrust issue and negative outcomes. The last consideration is market position. When the acquiring company has a strong market position, then it can influence the negotiation dynamics process and the determination of the best purchase price process in order to be leveraged for mutual. The second objective of this report is potential benefit and risk associated with this MA activity. So one of the benefit is company can develop synergies. Synergies refer to the incremental values came from M&A activity, which can be categorized into two types, which is the operating synergies and the financial synergies. Next, the other benefit gained is improved performance and profitability. However, the risk would be occurred is financial risk, which is referred to any possibility of financial losses or debt issues. Culture different risk is another risk that need to be concerned in this study. The culture of different risks should be controlled, otherwise it will impact the companies. Simultaneously, it will increase the extra cost and loss of the talents. So next, I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ethan Raini and I will present the next discussion. For the 6.3, short plan and long-term plan to overcome it. Due diligence is a short-term approach that entails a prospective buyer doing a detailed evaluation of a firm. The purpose of this appraisal is mostly to determine the assets and liabilities of the business as well as to assess the commercial prospects of the business. Next is managerial ability in operating performance. This plan is intended to be implemented over a lengthy period of time and is contingent upon the management team's capacity and to successfully integrate and run the firm that was bought. For the next slides, I will present about the criteria of M&A success. First, we must setting the short-term goals. Short-term goals are shorter-term objectives that the corporation intends to accomplish once the purchase has been completed. During the first stage of merger, it is important to maintain a consistent level of a service quality and overall customer satisfaction while also strengthening connection. During the course of the purchasing business can have the objective of expanding its market share. The next is we must setting the long-term goals. An organization's long-term goals are strategic objectives that intends to accomplish over a longer period of time. Lastly, construct a robust leadership pipeline in order to guarantee that the firm possesses the individuals that are required for continued success. That's all from me. I will pass to my next friend. Thank you.
Next, we will be looking at the conclusion of this research. In essence, this paper discusses the key considerations to be taken during the negotiation to identify the best purchase price, potential benefits and risks associated with the merger and acquisition activity, a short-term and long-term plan to overcome the risks, and also the criteria to assess the successfulness of the merger and acquisition activities. Besides finding the answers for the 4 questions asked in the case study question, we hope that this research paper would encourage more research to be done on the same topic in the future. Thank you.